Okay. Good afternoon, students. We'll start the chapter 3, Electoral Politics. Which is from political science. We already discussed about the basics of the election procedure, right? Now, we also discussed about constituencies and how the people are divided into constituencies and how they vote, right? So that also we already discussed in the previous videos. So if anyone is having any question related to the previous topics, they may ask. Now we have the topic reserved constituencies. Reserved constituencies. Now we already discussed that on the for Lok Sabha elections, our country is divided into 543 constituencies. For assembly election also, the states are divided into different constituencies. On the local level also, rural or urban areas, on the local level also, we have divisions for the election, and that is the rural area, the urban areas are divided basically into wards. So this is how the division is there for the election. Now, the people belong to their constituency, specific constituency, they can only vote in that constituency. Okay, they only can vote in the constituency they belong to. They cannot go to different place and they can vote. That cannot be done. Okay, so in reserved constituencies, see, we already know that representatives stand in the elections. Now people vote for them and they get elected, right? Now in this we already discussed about the political competitions. Now if you see, we already discussed about the demerits of political competition, that the political competition sometimes leads to very dangerous factors also, right? Now in that case, suppose we already gone through the demerits, and what it came out that sometimes the people who are actually good, who are actually capable to become leader and to lead, they actually sometimes keep themselves away from this politics only because they don't want to go into this dirty politics. Okay, so the competition on that level, that sometimes good people doesn't want to involve themselves in the politics. So like this, what happens? The good candidate, we lose some of the good candidates because of this political competition, right? Now suppose political parties are there. Some of the people who actually wants to go in this, but they don't go because of this political competition, right? Now we know that in India there are many weaker sections also, right? The backward caste and weaker sections are also there. Yes. Now you would have read the discrimination as per the majority and minority, right? As per the majority and as per the minority also, we have many discriminations. So for the weaker section, there is a problem. It may happen that they will not get the chance to get into this election process, right? So this was there in the mind of the people who were making the constitution. Okay, they were already knowing about the weaker section and the problems with the weaker section, and they were knowing that this may happen, that the people who are in will not be considered. Right? It may happen. Like if a representative belongs to weaker section, he must be knowing the problem with the weaker section. Right? Others can only listen and sometimes they may not understand the problem. But a representative who actually belongs to weaker section, he must be knowing the problem the people are facing in this section. But the people who are in majority, they won't allow this minorities people to come into election. Right? So for this, this thing was there in the mind of the constitution makers, and what they did, they reserved some of the constituencies, some of the seats for weaker sections. Okay. So in that, we have 84 seats for 84 seats we have for SC, then we have 47 seats for SC, and this is till 26th Jan 2019. Like this data is related till it is 26th January 2019. There were 84 seats for scheduled caste and 47 seats for scheduled tribes are reserved. Okay. So I was audible till this time. Wait, I was audible to you all till now or not? Okay, fine then. We'll continue. So, constitution makers, they were knowing the problem with the weaker sections, and for that, they reserved some of the seats for the weaker sections. So 84 seats for scheduled caste and 47 seats for scheduled tribes till 26 January 2019. This was the seats reserved for the weaker section. Okay. Now in the local level also, the local elections also, some of the seats are reserved for other weaker sections also. Okay. Some different weaker sections also we have in India. So for them also some of the seats are reserved that differs from state to state. Okay, I am talking about that local level. This is not on the local level, and that reservation is on the local level. Also on the local level, if you see, 1/3 of the seat is 1/3 of the seat is reserved for the women. Okay. So, in the local elections like municipality election or the panchayat election, in those, some of the weaker sections which are there, for them also some of the seats are reserved. Okay, and also 1/3 of the seats are reserved in rural or urban areas for women. Okay. So this is the reserved constituencies, and why this need arises, because when the constitution was the making of constitution was going on, at that time also people were aware about this discrimination as per this minority. What discrimination minority has to face, they were knowing about that, and they were knowing that this kind of situation may arise, that these minorities can be deprived of their rights. Okay. Now we have voters list, or it is also called electoral list. Now who will vote and who will not vote. As per the universal adult franchise, if you see, the person of age of like 18 or above, they can vote, right? But in that, there should be a list, so all the names of the voters should be there. Then only, like suppose this is the constituency, 4 constituencies are there. Now, here voting is going on in all the constituencies. Okay, voting is going on everywhere. Now, anyone will come and put the vote, whether he is from different constituency. So, how the people will recognize? How they will recognize that they belong to our constituency or not? So, the people sitting over here on the election venue, they have an electoral list. These people have an electoral list. In that, the name of all the peoples will be mentioned, right? Now, if you go for voting, Aman has answered, it is a detailed record of every person who registered eligible to vote. The voters list also includes relevant information used to identify voters and assign them to an electorate. Yes, correct. This is very correct, and that is what we are talking about. That the people who are on duty on the election venue, they will have this electoral list with them. Okay. Suppose I am sitting in the on the election duty, I will have this list. And if you are coming to give vote, I will find out your name is there or not. Okay. That will be done. It will be matched with the electoral list, and after that, you will be allowed to vote. Okay. So this is the situation there, and also you need to show some of the identity to them. You need to carry some of the identity which is required to give the vote. That you need to carry with you, because they will ask that, okay, and they will match it with the electoral list, and then they will allow you to give the vote. Okay. Now who will give it a vote and who will not give vote? So all the people attain the age of 18 or above can vote as per the universal adult franchise. Okay, but there are some rare cases where they are not allowed. Like if a people is having unsound mind, that means mentally not healthy. If a person is mentally not healthy, in that situation he is not eligible to vote. Also, if there is a very severe case against a person, very severe criminal case against a person, then also, in this case also, he is not allowed to vote. But this happens very rarely. Okay, it is very rarely happens. Okay, so in these cases, a person is not allowed to vote. Otherwise, every person age of 18 or above, they can vote. Now, electoral list. Now, electoral list, what happens? Suppose a list has been prepared. Okay. Now, it may happen that some people may go to some other place, right? Now, if I have 10 students in class 9 and there are 10 names, okay? electoral list, and that should be again changed. Wherever they go, they need to change that. Right? So 4 and 8 should be now included the electoral list of that place where they move. Right? Now, what happened? Suppose if I am here, okay, I have my name in West Bengal. Now I came to Bihar and I changed my voter ID. I changed that. Now my name will be joined in the constituency of Bihar, the voter list of Bihar, but it should be dropped out from West Bengal also, right? Also, some people may die, right? Some people may die. That also can be the situation. So, in this case, a regular updation of the electoral list is required, right? There should be regular updation of the electoral list, and this happens every 5 years. On 5 years there are elections on every 5 years, but it is not that it will happen at this last time just before election. This is the process which takes time, and they start this process before, like much before the election, so that they can be fully prepared till election. Okay, so the updation of electoral list happens on every 5 years. They start the updation of electoral list. They will remove the name of the people who are dead. They will change, update it as per the people who moved here and there. So like this, updated electoral list will be provided to the people who are sitting there on the election venue. Now you will go with your identity to give election. So government has introduced a new system which is EPIC, A-P-I-C, EPIC. Okay. So EPIC is the new system which is provided. Now this is election photo identity card. Election photo identity card. Okay, this will be provided to you. Now you need to take this. Your photo will be there on this identity card, and you need to take this EPIC, and you can give vote. They will tally that with the electoral list, and after that you will give vote. Now one more thing is there. EPIC has been newly introduced, but EPIC is not made compulsory. It is not compulsory that if you will have this identity card, then only you can vote. Okay, this is not compulsory. Excuse me. So, in case you are not having this identity card, you can take your ration card also. Ration card or your driving license or your voter ID for giving vote. Okay. So everyone understood reserved constituencies and the voter list. Any question regarding these two topics? Voter list and yes. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask regarding reserved constituencies and voter list. No questions. Now we will discuss about the nomination of candidates. Nomination of candidates. Now, in democracy, what happens? People have right to choose their representative, whoever they want. Yes. Also, they have right so that they can stand as a candidate. Okay. So they can stand directly also, that means free from any party, without joining any party also. They can join, they can stand as a candidate, and they can join any party also to go through this election, to stand as a candidate. Now, a person, a citizen can vote also, and the voting age is 18 years, and they can stand also for the election, the same people, and their age should be 25 years. This is the only difference. Now, when they stand as a candidate, they need to fill some nomination form. Okay. When they go as a candidate, they need to fill nomination form. Okay. And also, they need to deposit some money as security deposit. Okay. They need to deposit some money as security deposit. So, when they are standing individually, they can just fill the nomination form and give some money as a security deposit, and they can stand for the election. When they join any party, okay, when they do it by joining any party, what happens? Like that is called party ticket. Okay, they get party ticket. The party provides them their symbol to use, their symbol and name to use. Okay. The party will support them, the party will give them their name, whatever support, whatever things they need, the party will provide them, and this is called getting party ticket. Okay. So, after this, the people can fill the nomination form and put the security deposit, and they can stand in the election. Okay. Now, as for the Supreme Court, some of the new declaration system has been set up. That means the candidate has to declare some of the points as per the new rule of Supreme Court, new suggestion of Supreme Court. In that we have the serious cases pending against them, the serious criminal cases. when they are filling this nomination form, they need to declare how many serious criminal cases are pending against them, what kind of assets they are having. That means everything, house, flat, land, money, whatever they have, that they have to mention. Also the liabilities, the family member, that also they need to mention. Okay, also their educational qualification should be mentioned. These things will be done publicly. That will be publicly, that means that will be declared publicly. Okay, that will be told to the public so that the people may know more about the candidate and they can take a fair decision. So because of that, the Supreme Court added that these things need to be declared publicly to the public, and public will able to know more about the candidate and they can take a fair decision. Okay. Any questions till now, anyone? Okay, Aman is asking, but Lalu Yadav is neither educated, also belongs to criminal background, and yet he is a candidate. Yes, he could be candidate. He could be candidate, but this is the what you say? This is the responsibility of the citizen. Supreme Court has not told that they cannot participate. Supreme Court has told that they have to mention that, and that will be publicly declared. The public will know. Now, if I know that that man is criminal, then that is my foolishness that I am giving the vote to a criminal and I uneducated person, right? If, as per my opinion, an educated person can run the country, run the state properly, then that is my fault, no? That I am giving vote to that man, that candidate. So Supreme Court has not told that they cannot participate. They will participate, but they will take these things publicly. They have to take these things publicly. And after knowing that Lalu Prasad is having a lot of money, which is actually meant by many of the frauds and all, you are giving the vote to Lalu Yadav, and that is your fault. That is not the fault. They are giving everything transparent. Okay, everything is transparent. Yes, everything is. They see what the meaning of that is. Everything is transparent to you. We are giving everything to you, the knowledge about this candidate. If you feel good, if you feel no, after this also this man is capable to handle everything, then you will give the vote to him. And if, at my opinion, if I feel no, that man is not good, so I will not give the vote. Right? It is the making the things transparent. The motive is making the things transparent, so that people can take a fair and good decision for themselves. Okay. Now, educational qualification for candidates. This is a topic. Every time this is a very controversial topic. That whether the leader should be very qualified or not. Okay. This is a very big debate if you see. Educational qualifications for candidate. Whether a candidate should be qualified or not. So, if you see, everyone is getting educated, right? Everyone is getting education. They have their specific field in which they are educated. At a certain level, till a certain age, you are getting the standard education. education which everyone is getting, but after that, everyone is going in a specialized field. Correct? Now, if suppose I am in the field of SST, okay, I am teaching SST, and it is asked to me that teach maths. So it will be very difficult for me. I am not having that much of knowledge of maths, right? The knowledge which I have about SST, compared to that, I don't have that much knowledge about maths. The same way, if you see, if a player is playing cricket, does he require any educational qualification to play cricket? He actually can play cricket. He need to know how to play cricket. He need to know what are the rules for the cricket, and he can play cricket. The same way, if I am teaching SST, I should have the knowledge of SST. It is not that I should have the knowledge of every subject. It is not required, right? The same way, it is for other things also, other fields also. Okay. So when should we SST? This is not your SST period. Then what Madhvi is saying? Why Aman is confusing you? Okay, leave that. I am just going to the topic. We don't have that much of time. So, Aman. Okay. So, educational qualification for the candidates. Like a cricketer does not need any educational qualification. An actor does not need any educational qualification to do acting. Right? So, there are some fields where education is not required. Right? So, here also if you see, education is they actually need the experience. They actually need to know the problem of the people. Okay? They actually need to know the problem of the people and how to resolve those problems. That the leader should know. And for that, it is not that only educated people are having experience. Actually, the people who are not educated, they also sometimes more experienced than educated people. There are examples. So, whether it is required for a candidate or not, that is a question for two. Okay. And if yes, then why they should be educated? If no, then why they should not be educated? Education is required. Then why? If it is not required, without education also, they can they can face this, they can resolve the issue. Then why? It is. I have kept only some of the points in front of you. The further explanation we will do in the next class. Till now, I want to answer your opinion about this topic. Whether candidates should have good educational qualifications or not. That is the question. Some of the points I have already kept. Now it is your opinion. Why yes or why no? I will stop my session here only. Aman, this is not Hindi period, this is a 60 period. Go and check properly. Okay. Thank you all for today.